Easter performance out of Robbie Porco today.
Just in the nick of time, because we, a typical weekend for us, if Hampton and Traxel don't do their thing on Friday and Saturday, somebody's going to have to step up and salvage a weekend for us. And he was good. That's really encouraging for the rest of this season and the rest of my career here.
Was today in any way like an audition for him to be the Sunday starter moving forward, or is this kind of now maybe a week-by-week basis?
No, he'll probably get the ball next Sunday, I would think. That's his second start this year, and both times he's pitched really good. Had a great start at Maryland against a really good team and won that game, so I think he's earned the right to get the ball on Sunday for sure.
12 strikeouts. What specifically did he do well today?
He's got 3 pitches. It's hard to strike that many people out without 3 pitches. His changeup going really good, his slider and his fastball, and he's not like the other two. He can miss a little bit with a pitch, and because it's 94, 95, he can get away with it, whereas the other guys can't. So that gives you the ability to just attack the middle of the plate when that's the case.
You said yesterday you guys don't really panic. First inning, 3 errors. He gets out of it, only 1 run allowed. What does that do to a young guy's confidence, just a freshman?
That was a huge inning. That could have really spiraled on him. To get out of that first inning with 1 run basically saved the game. I say our players don't panic, but I damn sure do. Because that was not a great way to start, and I just told my son before the game how good Tevin and JJ have been playing in the middle of the infield this year, and just one of those games you can just write off to hopefully just an anomaly, So those guys are great players in the middle. Only leaving that inning with 1 was, the first inning dictated the whole game. We scored 5 and really didn't earn those 5 either.
In terms, he's a freshman, he's probably, 18 or 19, I'm guessing. In terms of the way he overpowered guys today, though, at such a young age, how impressive is that?
It's really impressive because you look back at the guys that have been superstars here, the Alec Manoas and Michael Groves. They weren't doing that as freshmen.
Yeah.
So he's ahead of where those guys were at that stage in their career. So that just bodes really well for the next couple of years.
Kind of going off that, when he was in high school, what did you see from him, and how much growth have you seen from him up till this point now?
Physical growth, not much. He was 6'9" when we signed him. But, it's hard. You don't have to be a genius on a recruiting trail to see that body and that arm to want to have that guy in your program. Those guys are easy to recruit. It's the guys that don't stick out, the good players that not everybody's on. But, yeah, he's a super talented kid, and sure I'm glad to have him.
You hear sometimes that some pitchers have the personality of a starter. Does Robbie have a personality of a starting pitcher?
It's a lot easier to be a starting pitcher. You can go to bed the night before knowing that you're going to pitch the next day. You know what to eat, you know how many hours to sleep, you know what time to get up. As a reliever, you come to the field every day. You don't have a clue if you're going to pitch that day or not. So, yeah, some guys are more suited for that and other guys aren't. Sure looks like Porco is.
The other side of things, you move Landon up to the 2-hole in the lineup. Seems like that really works. Braden had a nice day at the plate too today.
Yeah, I told Braden that wasn't because he wasn't doing well. That was because Landon was doing well. And to get Landon up there, he's pretty hot right now. And if you want to pitch around JJ, then you're going to have to face Landon. And he's starting to settle in and do really well. And Barry's in a spot where he can drive runs in, so that seemed like it worked out pretty well.